So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Steel Ball Run, just started. The first episode has came out, and before I review it, before I even give my opinion, I want to remember the old Joe stars. Jonathan, I'ma miss you. You were the first. I started my journey with you. I started this bizarre adventure with you. You were a true gentleman. Joseph, you were the funniest. You had me cracking up. But I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of glad they reset the universe, because if you would have made one more cameo, you would have showed up as a skeleton or ashes. But Jotaro, I'm gonna miss you too. You were the most serious. You stood on business, maybe even the coolest.
Josuke,
you were the most caring. Watching your season healed my soul and introduced me to the one of the most vile villains. Jorno, I'm gonna miss you the most. You was my guy. You was my favorite. Your stand was the most powerful. I don't think we'll ever see a stand that powerful. You a gang star. Truly my favorite. And Jolene, I'm gonna miss you too. You had titties, but I didn't just like you because you had titties. You also had a great stand, and I believe I'm one of the few JoJo fans that actually likes you because you had a vagina. But Steel Ball Run, it might be peak. Out of all the seasons that I just named, this might be the best start to a JoJo season that I've seen so far.
It's time for the Steel Ball Run to begin!
Picture this. You got hundreds of horses lined up, ready to race. It's 1890, and there's $50 million on the line. Steel ball race from San Diego to New York. And this is $50 million in 1890. In today's money, that might be 500 million. You know what I'll do for that money? I'll turn Lil Nas X. And I'm not talking about going gay. I'm not doing that. But I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road and I'm going to ride to millions, nigga. Bro, I'm naming my horse Megan Thee Stallion, and we go ride all night long. God damn! But, of course, a lot of characters are going to come out to try and win this money. And the first one we going to discuss is Gyro Zappelli. The coolest looking Zappelli in the series. You got a side Joe Bro looking like the main character in this season. This man is rocking grills, gold grills with his name in them. I don't even think a rapper has done that. I don't think nobody's done that. We ain't seen that in rap. We ain't seen that in pop. We ain't seen that nowhere. This man has a fire ass cowboy hat and he has a belt buckle that has two hands pointing down towards his dick because so many niggas is on it trying to touch his balls. In the first 5 minutes, we already see somebody try to touch his steel balls. And they end up falling because they're not worthy. And then we see an old-fashioned gun draw. We see an old-fashioned standoff. Stand in the middle of the road. Let's die. I hate you, nigga. This man don't pull out a gun. This man gives the other dude a gun and say, once you touch that, that's how I know I started it. And then he launched the ball into the dude's arm and the dude just twisted like a pretzel. It was so fun. Y'all gotta watch the anime. You gotta see that. You gotta see it. But he's the race leader. He's the overdog. The odds are on him to win from what I'm seeing with my eyes. But let's talk about the Joestar, the main character. Johnny Joestar, he's a paraplegic. They should call him Johnny Swanson, but nah, I'm not even gonna do him like that. God forgive me, because he's nothing like Joe Swanson. He doesn't cry. He's actually Speaking of steel balls, speaking of balls, Johnny Joestar is a dick. Let me give y'all Johnny Joestar's backstory. He was a horse jockey, a prodigy. He was winning races back to back, but he wasn't always a horse jockey. His older brother was actually the one winning horse races over and over again, gaining all his father's attention. His dad didn't care about him, but he cared about his older brother until he died. And that's when Johnny Joestar started racing and winning. But one day, he was seeing a movie with his girl and he cut in front of the line. And a dude had said, "Hey, I've been waiting here all night." Johnny Joestar said, "I don't give a fuck that you've been waiting here all night. It's my turn." And then security came and said, "What's going on?" And he said, "Well, I'm just waiting in line and this asshole starts antagonizing me for no reason, getting a guy kicked out." I'm like, yeah, this man's a dick. And then the other dude who was getting kicked out shot him in the back. And I'm like, that's just too much. You could have beat his ass, but you gonna shoot him in the back because of a show? Because you've been waiting for a show? That made me feel bad for him. And then they showed a scene of him in the hospital and he had shitted and doo-dooed on himself. And instead of the nurse wiping him, and instead of the nurse being a sexy lady, it's an old bald dude that shoves a paper in his mouth and ridicules him. You think that he get humble after that, but no, he does not. He sees the ball spinning in Zappelli's little carrying thing, and he goes up to touch him. And he said, "What's that about?" And once he touched it, it looks like Harmon that makes him stand up. So, of course, he becomes obsessed with the balls after he touched them and stood up. So that's the reason that Johnny joined the race. He didn't need the money. I'm guessing that he already rich, but he wants to know the secret behind the steel balls that Zappelli possesses. You get it? I think you get it. But some of the other characters that I really like. My nigga, Poco Loco. My nigga. Now, he's a full thoroughbred nigga because he was late for the race. That's how I know that he's 100% nigga. He is late for the race, and his deal is a fortune teller who looks a lot like that crazy ass old bitch in season 3 told him that he had luck, extreme luck, for 2 months and nothing can touch him. So he joined the steel ball run so he can live a life of doing absolutely nothing like a true nigga. I want him to win. If I had to put money down, if I had to bet on a horse, it would be his. 777. Please, my nigga, win. But if I had to guess, I say the main character is gonna win because, you know, plot beats luck. But another character we got is Sandman. The thing about him, he's running. He's not using a horse. You got people in this race using an old-timey car. The first car, they lost because they didn't have no gas, dumbasses. But this man is using his legs. He's an Indian, and he needs the white man's money for some reason. I don't know yet. But he's cool because he's running. I know he got some fucked up feet, bunions, all that. We also see Avdol, or one of his descendants, or another version of him because, you know, it's the universe reset. But we get to see Avdol. He riding on a camel, and just seeing Avdol, like, yeah, that's cool. But now we got a whole thoroughbred American nigga. Diego Brando.
Shit. Here we go again.
Dio, he's like Frieza for Jojo. We can't escape him. We cannot escape him at all. He's from Britain. He's a prodigy horse rider. He's good. And I honestly think that this man has some powers that can manipulate time because his horse was catching up to the other horses in the front without speeding up. They said that the horse was not speeding up at all. There's no type of technique that can make you catch up with somebody when your horse is not speeding up unless it's the world. So if he has that, man. But what really surprised me is Diego didn't do anything devious in the first episode. So maybe he's a good Dio. Maybe. But this season has the potential to be the best season. I don't know if it's topping part 5. I don't know. I'll have to see. But it has potential. Because my favorite Tom and Jerry movie is when they was racing. And that's a banger if y'all hadn't seen that one. But I do like the races. I don't like races. Let me rephrase that. But I do like when characters race in a season, and this should be a fun season. But y'all let me know what y'all think. And I'll give this episode a straight, man, 9 out of 10. I can't even name something that I dislike about it, but it's a good episode. But until next time, I'll see y'all later. Love you. Peace.